speaking of the app, this is the next note, driver Jamie. This conversation couldn't flow any better. We're firing on all syllables.
Love it.
First of all, you're famous. So let's just
I'm not famous.
address the elephant in the room. Second of all, there are a lot of Moto Academy members that show up at the track and come and ride with us.
Yeah, there
and
are.
guess what? None of them, do I seem like an a-hole or am I unapproachable? None of them come up to me. They only go up to driver Jamie. And he's like, oh, I took 4 pictures today. I was talking to all these app people. I'm like, I haven't seen a single one. What are you talking about?
What he's talking about is we pulled into Moto Bros, Punta Gunta. What is
Punta
it?
Gunta.
Punta Gunta.
Punta Gorda, Moto Bros.
Punta Gorda. And a couple guys pulled up in a pickup truck and said, is that AJ's van? And I said, yeah. I said, he'll be right back. He goes, are you driver Jamie? And I said, yeah, I'm driver Jamie. He said, can we get a picture? I said, AJ will be right back. He just went up to the bathroom. They're like, no, can we get a picture with you? I was like, sure. So I took a picture with them. Next thing I know, I tell the boss, I said, hey, AJ, there's some guys here look for you. And the whole day, no one ever found him to take the
Nope, never showed up. Then I turn around and somebody's on my straight rhythm bike just riding off. And he's like, oh, that's an app member. I'm like, okay, cool. Have fun. He gives me a pair of goggles and I'm like, what are these for? And he's like, give them to this person. Okay, let's sign these goggles.
Can we tell that story without names?
Give them to that person.
Can we tell that story?
No, maybe not.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's cool. It's really cool that I'm being facetious when I say they don't come up to us because they do.
Yeah, everybody comes up to us.
And it's cool. It's
I love
cool
it.
because there's nothing worse than when you go to the track and you feel like out of place and you can't go up and talk to people, especially the fast people that are there.
Yeah.
Right?
Because even growing up, you see there's the A-riders and it's funny.
They'd be parked off by themselves.
And they're stuck up.
Yeah.
No offense to the guys that aren't, but the guys that I grew up with, some of the A-riders were like stuck up a-holes. And you come to our van, we'll give you food, drink, whatever. I'll have a beer with you.
The slowest person on the track is over there hanging out.
with us.
Everybody, there's a bunch of people from Montreal, Quebec.
Oh yeah, the guy from Canada, and then that girl and her husband were from Canada.
Yeah.
They came up. Yeah, everybody's.
There was a guy, vet rider in the Yamaha that came over. He was hanging out for a little bit. I forget where he was from. We had Daniel Youngblood there with was that his son?
I think so, yeah.
Super cool. Shoot, who else? We had a bunch of people. I forget how many days we even rode at this point, 2 or 3.
And it was like at least 20 people that came up to us. And
I love that.
And the cool thing is, like, when you were doing videos with Grant and Jackson, shout out Grant and Jackson. I'm going to say this. Nobody else says it, but I am going to say it. And even shout out Cam in the old days. You guys work your butts off, and I give you guys all the props in the world. I mean, Dan and I do the bikes, but I'll tell you what yous do are above and beyond. I think if I had a run, if he made me run like Grant had a run yesterday.
Grant was hustling.
I would have shot him. I mean it sincerely. I would have shot him because Grant must have did at least a 5K.
And at least. It's also very rare that I pick him up and give him a ride. Which is horrible. No, it's very rare. Like I'll take off and I'll just forget about him, and then he comes running back over the camera. I'm like, oh, whoops. Could have easily just given you a ride. But I forget sometimes too. First of all, thank you to everybody on the team. Thank you. You hustle. Matt Flood's been hustling. Tony's been hustling.
Yeah, Tony.
Grant has been hustling. Jackson has been killing it and been extremely helpful and kind of like he's like directing. He's like the director. Like he'll be over there. He'll have the shot list. He'll set the things up. He'll check to make sure the shot is framed right. He'll just make sure I'm saying things right. So sometimes I have so much to think about because if you guys could be a fly on the wall truly and see a day of shooting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's a reason why Moto Academy is doing as well as we are. I think it's because a lot of people could not do that. No, people can't do that, and they can't sustain that for multiple days. It's a lot. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, make sure you go download them on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to watch full episodes or be a person that sends in your own video submission, go to club.themotoacademy.com and subscribe to join the Moto Academy family today.